Hey, hey, Ever Fierce Snake is here. Sunday Cigar Time. Greetings from St. Augustine, Florida. Once again, bringing encouragement to you from my little corner of the world. Today, I encourage you to be authentic. Now, the inspiration for the video today came from my pastor, my bishop, Dr. Paul Kreitz. He and the lovely Dr. Angel Kreitz took Mrs. Snake and me out to lunch after church today at City Gates Church. We try to do it once a month. And during the conversation today, Bishop was talking to Kim about a question she had asked him. And he said something to the effect of, Kim, you and Robert both have an authenticity to you that people recognize and appreciate. And while it was a nice compliment, very flattering, it got me to thinking about that word, authentic. And I realized that, for good or bad, I think most people that have known me over the course of my life would say that I'm authentic. Now, once again, to the dictionary, what do we actually mean when we say authentic? A couple of definitions. Of undisputed origin or genuine. Authentic can also mean that you're true to one's own personality, spirit, or character. Real, not counterfeit. Something reliable, believable. Really got me to thinking about this word and how in this day and age we oftentimes find that a lot of people aren't authentic. A lot of products aren't authentic. I lived in Southern California for a number of years. We'd often go down to Tijuana, Mexico, and frankly some of the people there were masters at creating copies, phonies, things that weren't authentic. A Gucci bag, a Louis Vuitton, you name it, they could duplicate it. When I wrote my first book, co-wrote Civilized Warring with Peter Sugarfoot Cunningham, we talked about distributing the book in Asia, and the publisher said, they're probably going to counterfeit it anyway, we won't even bother. Look at the world in which we live today. Even take a cigar. You go on a cruise or go to some place like Mexico or the Caribbean, you might see what you think is a Cuban Cohiba cigar. That's one of the more popular brands, probably the most popular brand, but is it a real Cohiba or is it counterfeit? Is it authentic? Sometimes it's tough to know. It's tough to discern. Again, I like the fact that I think most people would say I'm authentic, and that probably not always necessarily a good thing. What you see is what you get. But in the day and age in which we live, I think it is so important that we all try to not only be authentic, but have authentic people around us. What about you? Now, chances are that if you are a regular viewer of these videos, you're already a pretty authentic person. I've got a great group of regular followers. I appreciate you all very much. But sometimes even inadvertently we can perhaps, especially with social media, put out an image of ourselves, often unintentionally, that isn't authentic. Easy to make things look better on this thing than perhaps they really are in life. And I've never been one to hide my flaws or my shortcomings. But again, what about you? Now, assuming that you're a pretty authentic person, what about the people in your life? That's a little different sometimes, isn't it? I've always had, I think, a pretty good BS detector coming from a small town in Kansas. I'd like to think I can spot a phony a mile off, but not always. Sometimes I can get duped like anyone else. Maybe it's time to do a little inventory. And again, if you like the person you see in the mirror, cool. What about the people around you? Are they authentic? Bishop said this morning at City Gates Church, today is the 1-year anniversary of his quadruple bypass open heart surgery, and he said something to the effect of nothing like a situation like that to let you know who your true friends are, who your authentic friends are. Maybe it's time for you to do a little inventory with the people in your life. If they're not authentic, if they are proven to be phonies, not genuine, maybe it's time to cut some of that ballast loose. Anyway, I encourage you to be authentic. Hit the like button, share the video. Someone you know needs to see and hear the video. I'll see you next week. Take care. God bless.